Good afternoon, everyone. Tractorman 44 here. Well, today's the day. I've got the blade serviced and sharpened and set. Got the blade remounted back on the mandrel, and we're going to go about the business of using this thing for the first time, running halfway decently, and with a freshly serviced blade. So we're going to find out how much better this blade's going to work. This should be, or could be, the beginning of the end of the very last episode of the Buzz Saw Makeover. As you can obviously see, as evidenced by the shiny spots on all the teeth, that the gumming is complete and the sharpening, reshaping and angling of the teeth, and the saw set is complete. Let me give you an idea. If I get down here, hopefully we'll be able to focus on, got to get it in alignment. If the shade wouldn't be where it is, you could actually see up in the shade as it's coming out from underneath this area here, with the one tooth set that direction and the next tooth set this direction and vice versa all the way around. You could actually see a V formed by those teeth, and that's going to create the kerf that's wide enough to keep the blade from pinching in your cut. And when it pinches in the cut, it generates heat. When it generates heat, it has a tendency to warp the blade, and that's not good. So we're going to go back in the woods and see what's going to happen. I should have touched those up just a little bit with a file after the grinder. There's a little bit of a rough edge on it right here, but I got some pretty tough oak coming up, so maybe that oak will take care of it. Well, there you have it, guys. This will be an end to the series on the Buzz Saw Makeover. One thing I do think I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to hit those teeth with a file just to kind of smooth off those rough edges from the grinding wheel. I was supposed to do that anyway, and I just didn't get around to it. But I think that's going to make it clear the cut just a little bit better. It's doing really a pretty good job. You got to play with it a little bit to get the belt tension just right. When I first started, there was a little bit of belt slippage on those larger pieces. I should have started off with smaller pieces and graduated upward to the larger ones. But you know, that was my mistake. It's no big deal. But like I said, all in all, I'm really happy with the way the Buzz Saw performs. You know, it would have been nice if I'd have had the actual Ford right angle drive, but not having that necessitated me building it into a 3-point A-frame, so to speak. The blade, I think the blade geometry turned out fine. I think the teeth are just fine, but I do need to shine them with a fine file, and I think that's going to make it cut a whole lot better. So at any rate, this is Tractor Man 44, and I am out of here. I'm going to stack up some wood.